So we got some warm-ups. We'll just do one or maybe two. If you had an option to bring back any deceased scientist and go have a beer with that person, who would it be?
Jacques Monod.
Okay. I bet we're going to talk a lot about that guy later.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Darwin popped through my mind, but, well, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
But I think in my current frame of mind, it would be Jacques Monod, because I had hundreds of questions I wish I could have asked him that are on
And you
my
did
mind.
ask him at the end of the book, right? I mean, in a sense, with the rest of the comedians and things. Yeah.
That's right. At the end of the book, I did. But his answers were based on materials that I had, either what he had said or what his family members had told me or things like that. I tried to stay within the pocket of what I thought these people would really say, if not quoting them verbatim.
Okay.
So what do you think he'd be most amazed about modern science?
He'd be thrilled about how much more we know about chance in the natural world. The asteroid impact is probably, the most impressive, astounding, unexpected. Because most people thought that life on Earth changed very slowly, and the idea that it would change essentially in an instant was really radical. But that would very much fit with Jacques' idea that we're just sailing through the universe with nothing looking out for us, and things happen.
Things happen.
Might be a good podcast title. So
Yeah. All right, hang on to that one.
all right. Tell us about a non-scientific hobby or a food that you make that's your favorite food.
Okay, well, definitely people would all tell you I'm a golfer. So, not that I'm a great golfer, I'm just an avid golfer. So, having by this age lost all the sports that I played regularly, I was a softball player for decades, a basketball player till I was about 50. I still have that urge to hit a ball, and I like to walk on grass. And the great thing about golf is it is like a walking nap. It's the meditation. I don't think about anything else out there, and it's so refreshing both physically and mentally, and I love the challenge. And every course is different. So and then there's a lot of wildlife. I mean, I see turtles and snakes and frogs and birds and all that kind of stuff. So kind of fits various things that I like, and I love the challenge, even though it destroys you some days. You just go right back at it.
Well, I got to ask, how many holes in one have you had?
Oh man, I almost got to use a real number. So about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and very fitting with the theme of this book, especially if you've read the front of it. I rattled the pin. I was with 3 other guys, and we came up to the green. It was a par 3, and the ball was just sitting outside the hole. And the trick is, now in COVID times, they have these things at the pin that prevent the ball from going down low, so that you're not reaching into the cup and touching the flag and stuff like that. So hands aren't getting on it. So I don't know whether I was robbed by like the COVID kind of hole plug device, and I rattled out of there.
Screwed by COVID again.
And so some guys in the group were like, it was in. I'm like, there's no way I can take my first hole in one when the ball is not sitting in the cup. So I definitely know my closest call, if not my real first, but I can't qualify it, was about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Wow.
Awesome. Well, we may revisit the golf analogy
Yes,
here
I think
a little
we will.
later.
Yeah. I did hole out from 47 yards. On Saturday.
Wow.
So,
That's fantastic.
Nice. But that was not a hole in one.
Wow. So one more sports thing, and then we'll get into biology. I noticed in the book that you are a baseball fan, and being this time of the year, it's not a regular season at all. But who do you support?
No one.
No one.
No one. They've all left me. Look, I'm going to pull for the American League, most likely. But I'm a lifelong Red Sox fan, which, 15 or 20 years ago would have been just a tortuous conversation. Yeah. But I have nothing to complain about, even if this year was both weird and terrible. But, I love the game. It's I love playing it. I understand it. And, it was part of me from such an early age that it's irresistible. And I love, here in Washington, it's great. There's 2 parks. I can go to Camden Yards for Baltimore. I can go to Nationals Park here in downtown D.C. And it's, when normal times come back again, I'll be back.
Yeah, I haven't been to Camden Yards, but the National Stadium is really nice.
Did you play yourself?
I just played as an amateur. I was, I was decent. I grew up in a neighborhood that had really great players. So one of my best friends was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. Another one of my friends was going to be drafted were it not for an injury right at the end of high school. And so the caliber of play was great. In fact, my friend I'm speaking of, I couldn't see the ball after 7th grade coming out of his hand. It was he had a 90-mile-an-hour fastball in high school, and 70 is fast at that age, and so 90 is invisible. So I was decent fielder, decent contact, no power, and couldn't hit a curveball. So I think I was limited in my trajectory. But as I said, played for decades after that because it's just so much fun.
Good.